Thank you very much for joining us on the program. We're live for you in French and in English. Now, let's start off. An attempt to boosting ties between neighboring states, Kenya and Uganda, has offered landlocked Uganda land to build a dry port in Naivasha town. Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni, who is currently in Kenya for talks with President Uhuru Kenyatta, made the disclosure. The dry port is to be built in Naivasha town, which is about 75 kilometers from Kenya's capital, Nairobi.
For the time being, the details and conditions of the Kenyan offer have not yet been disclosed, but the initiative is perceived as aimed at maintaining and developing the Ugandan freight sector. Uganda is the largest market for Kenyan goods and the largest customer of the port of Mombasa, particularly for transit freight, far ahead of the DRC, South Sudan and Rwanda.
And joining us now from Kampala, Uganda, is our correspondent, Darren Alan Kiyunik. Darren, good morning to you and a warm welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you too.
All right, yeah, so the Kenyatta-Museveni talks have gained traction for Uganda, and in real terms now, what have you seen to be the take-home here for Uganda especially?
Thank you very much. Talks between President Uhuru Kenyatta and President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda have been majorly centered around three areas. That is trade, social connections, as well as security in the region. And of course, speaking about trade, Uganda now will be exporting poultry products back to Kenya. And the country has gone on to lift the ban on importation of beef products in Kenya. Furthermore, it is stated that Uganda will be exporting sugar products from 36,000 metric tons to now 90,000 metric tons a year. And this is key in boosting the economic sector for Uganda, which is expected to grow to about $30 billion by 2020. Furthermore, the ties between the two countries see a growth in importation and exportation.
Indeed.
So, do we know anything more about the dry port Uganda has been offered to build in Naivasha?
In a bid to improve Uganda's business cargo, President Uhuru Kenyatta has offered a dry port in Naivasha, which is about 75 kilometers northwest of the capital, Nairobi, to assist Uganda in the importation and exportation of products. And this is part of the phase 2 of the standard gauge railway that is set to connect Nairobi to Naivasha, with works expected to start in June. Now, however, the President Uhuru Kenyatta insists that the standard gauge railway will be able to reach Nairobi by August later this year, implying that the port will already be in place and for Uganda to be able to use. But also, Uganda will be able to use this port on its own, and experts say that it will be key in cutting down on the time lost between the movement of products from the Indian Ocean, that is at the Mombasa port, to Malaba, that is at the Uganda-Kenya border, and this will be able to boost trade between not only the two countries, but also the other hinterland nations like Democratic Republic of Congo, South Sudan, Rwanda, and as far as Burundi.
Darren, looks pretty much like something to benefit the entire East African bloc. I mean, you've mentioned three countries already, but what do these talks mean really for the entire East African bloc?
These talks that began on Wednesday have already boosted regional integration, not only between the two countries, that is Uganda and Kenya, but furthermore to the hinterland nations that I've talked about, that include Rwanda, South Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. For as long as trade and business between moves smoothly between the ports of Mombasa, where Uganda does the biggest trade, to Kampala, that is its capital, the other areas in the region get to receive the products a little more quickly, and there is as well lesser time that is lost between movement of these products. Now, it does as well boost the importation and exportation of perishable goods in the country, in the region, and as these two countries focus on moving cargo from the road now to the standard gauge railway. The talks, of course, between Uganda and Rwanda do wrap up later on today, and they've already tickled some neighbors, for example, Rwanda and Uganda, considering the two have had a frosty relationship in the past couple of weeks. And of course, experts say this could go a long way in creating harmony, not only between the two countries, but the region as well. And furthermore, when you look at this area of East Africa, these talks between Uganda and Kenya as well have talked about security, and this is key in fighting terrorism in the region.